welcome back to the LCS where we're gearing up for Game 5 of the evening, Echo Fox versus FlyQuest. I'd like to welcome Jat to the squad as we bring you the final game of the second round robin before today's tiebreaker matches, which will be brought to you by Captain Flowers and Kobe. But as this matchup does not have playoff implications for either of these teams, both being eliminated already, we decided to take a slightly different approach, to handling this game and allowing the four of us to have a more casual conversation around the game itself as it takes place, as well as anything else LCS related.
Quadcast.
Quadcast.
No.
Don't say cast.
Yes.
It's not cast.
Yeah, that's a dangerous word.
Because
You're
that sounds-
expecting a cast here. That's
Oh
not
no,
what
I
you're-
messed it up.
Think more LCS Lounge of old.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
what we're going
commentary
for.
on the game.
Well, we're diving straight into Champion Select. Echo Fox versus FlyQuest. Riven and Silas have already hit the ban table, Sona to follow.
So I know there is no implications, but FlyQuest does have the gauntlet still in store. They've been very vocal that that's really all they're preparing about. So I don't expect them to take the Team Liquid TSM approach of just playing TFT. They should really try it. It's kind of it would be sad if they didn't.
How dare you say Echo Fox has nothing to play for? I have stock in them. They have something to play for.
They
It's me.
play
They
for
should be playing
marks
for
of
me.
success
Yeah.
in the LCS.
What are your
stock
thoughts
market.
on, like, yes, FlyQuest should be practicing, so they'll probably take it seriously, but, like, I felt like TL's Glacial comp,
But it's
for
not
as
bad.
troll as it was, like, it's actually a decent 5 champion.
Yeah, no, that's-
Aside from the Volibear, which just bodied Silas somehow. Like,
Volley is good, all right? Volley
Yeah.
is nowhere near as bad because nobody knows what Volley
Yeah.
does.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then you're like, what?
but
It does
that
so much
was,
damage.
like, the
But it
most...
does not belong in the LCS.
That was like the most insidious, quote, troll comp. Because it's like, oh yeah, they weren't even trying with this composition of
that
pretty
totally
good
works.
champions.
TSM was worse. They had the Zed.
Yeah, the Zen was an awful
Yeah.
pick against all this DC. What did they do?
Yeah, you can make the case TSM trolled harder with that.
I felt like they were compensating. Like, they're going to troll, let's do Zed. And then it just made it look like they were trying.
You know what I want to see out of this game? I miss a bit of the Viper flair from FlyQuest. I feel like in recent games, we just haven't seen quite the same stuff being generated from the top lane.
He tried, like
He did, well, it was the bummer Trist play yesterday against
and
the
then he
Aatrox.
had a Jax game against Fake God where he got slammed in, or maybe it was against Dokla, but he played a Jax game into Aatrox one time.
Yeah.
Just got pushed in all the
Yeah.
time. So I think he's been trying.
Right, but I guess what I'm looking
You
for
want
when
Riven.
when we
You
talk,
want
well,
Riven.
or it doesn't have to be Riven the pick, but something similar. When we talk about FlyQuest readying up for the gauntlet, and I think about FlyQuest's success, right? So much of it seems to revolve around Viper, and so, okay, Riven is a given. That's something that you can always go to. What are your other options? Because that seems to be the thing they've yet to find.
Yeah, not Karma. They tried that out.
I think a lot of their success was so much of Santorin being really active in the early game that for some reason, I cannot fathom going jungle games without ganking once. That's happened multiple times to FlyQuest.
Yeah.
Just wrap your head around, how do you jungle and not gank? So
Well,
something's clearly going
it's a
on.
definite shift, right? Because, I mean, if you go through the whole history of the LCS, there was the era where hard farming was the way to go, and Santorin was not necessarily ever like insane heavy ganking hard.
I mean, even
jungle
last split
necessarily.
when he was really good, his best games were usually on things like Nocturne.
It's more
Yeah,
efficient.
where he just like gets ahead and then
Yeah,
ganks.
he can get ahead and then make plays. I think he's good at making plays, but I don't.
But
think
I agree with you
ganking-
in the sense that the meta has shit, right?
Yeah.
And so jungling demands ganking now.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean-
he's got to find it.
Yeah, I wonder how many teams are going to start trying to do level 2 ganks all the time.
So I think Azale was telling us earlier on the desk that Ning,
Yeah.
one of the best junglers in the world of IG.
At times the best.
Yeah, at times. Yeah, so the stat.
That's the nature
right.
level 2 ganks.
So the
Yeah.
cool stat was that he had about twice as many kills as all the other junglers in LPL,
Yeah.
but about 3 times as many deaths as well. So
Beautiful.
it really shows to you that this is a role that is a lot more rewarded by heavy action and not farming.
Is that jungle Karthus?
It must be. I mean, Santorin is, he's LP king, right?
Don't you
He's
lock
like
that in?
600
Yeah.
LP in solo queue.
Yeah.
Karthus is, that's
He's
a solo
really
queue
good solo
jam.
queue.
I mean, Echo Fox for the most part is drafted pretty serious if they lock this Aatrox in. It's all meta.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
They're-
the Trist.
they're both-
They're at Trist
they're
for
both
Breeze in
going
the
for
top
it.
lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to pay attention to Jungle Karthus. I got slammed by Jungle Karthus in like a
Oh, this
decent
is
game.
solo
But-
queue research for Jad right now.
Yeah.
But this does make sense, right? If your guy's not going to gank, put him on something that's amazing on it.
That's true, right?
You can
He's
gank
gonna,
by
he
pressing
can have an effect from
Yeah.
the jungle.
Hit him
while
with the
just,
gameplay button.
Yeah, farming
Bam.
his camps. If he can really, kind of build a large CS lead over MikeYeung, could see that Is that really that Akali gonna stay in the top lane, Trist to the mid lane? So Viper won't take it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I assume that's a better matchup.
Is that what you wanted to see?
Is it?
Something for Viper?
I don't know. I mean, did you see Viper's Tristana last time?
Right, but we talked to it. We had the opportunity to talk to Artemis about the Aatrox Trist matchup yesterday, and he seemed to think that it was very much a 50-50 matchup, where winning looks different for both, for both champions, right? Trist just wanting to farm, push, take turret plates. Aatrox actually looking for those kills with maybe some jungle assistance.
Hands, by the way.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the Corki too as well. If Akali wants to play into Corki. I don't think
that might be.
It's a lot of AoE damage that's just going to keep hitting the Akali through her shroud.
That's fair.
So who do you give it to, comp-wise?
Comp-wise, I feel like I just have to say not the Karthus jungle comp.
I mean,
Well,
because they have Akali and Trish in their soul lane, so they don't have any.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we need some help. But this is all you get.
There you
Echo
go.
Fox has. Just think of the power picks Echo Fox has.
Yeah, they have real ones.
Aatrox,
Yeah.
Sejuani, Yuumi.
They do have a lot of damage though.
Aatrox.
The Karthus team.
They do damage, that is true.
Yeah.
Mark Z's portfolio equals, what does that? Move your head.
What did that say?
Some other TSM kid's head was in the way.
TSM fans.
I'll need an update. Hopefully someone can get in my ear with what that said. I don't think it was a compliment.
No, probably
I'm gonna go, wasn't speaking nicely of my portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, Echo Fox's comp definitely has more meta picks. I feel like that doesn't mean that FlyQuest can't work though.
No, yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I think
Actually, I do think that.
You think FlyQuest can't work?
I think that FlyQuest comp. The more I see it, the more I think it's hot
like, all
garbo.
right, how about this, Jack? Tell me why it does work.
Well, I want to first say why it sucks.
Okay, all right, hit me, Crumbs.
Where are your who plays frontline to these three
the
carries?
Nautilus.
Have you seen Nautilus's these last games? Remember Clutch Gaming? Nautilus support is not a tank. He is just a guy that dies pretty quickly. Like he drops
tank, just
he
say,
drops
those
ultimate.
are the two classifications.
So the whole
in League
point of
Legends.
Nautilus right now is
You've got tanks and guys who die pretty quickly.
the whole point of him is you drop ultimate on a carry and either keep him out of the fight or combo it with the Rumble or the Aurelia like we saw in the previous game. But when it is somebody like a Braum would be amazing here, right? Because you can actually proc your stuns multiple
Then you have,
times
you
with
have worse engage.
but you have the two pretty long range carries. I mean, there's not a lot of setup for the Nautilus, right? You drop the Nautilus ultimate and then what? Akali jumps in. Where's Tristana
What do you mean?
and
You got
dealing
Kaisa go
damage?
flying in there.
What are
Everyone
they gonna,
Take
what are they
Kaisa,
gonna-
big ol'
what are they
shield.
gonna do against Nautilus and Aatrox with a Yuumi on top of them?
Knock him away.
Not saying it's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Jet, now your defense of the FlyQuest is...
Centaur's gonna farm real fast. Nothing can keep up with the speed of the jump.
Oh my
Karthus.
God, he's already got the rep.
So fast.
Look,
No.
or Siesta.
So Mike is doing what he has to do, basically. He's trying to cut off. It's all a guessing game right here. Like, does Mike go red to Krugs? Because, oh God, if he doesn't do anything.
no.
I mean, so by all accounts, this is an incredible
a
start for
camp.
FlyQuest. Yeah, seriously.
Whoa, his Sejuani was just wanting to explore a little bit.
Okay. So if this ends up being, it's already 2 camps to 0.
Yes.
It's probably gonna be
Near 3 camps to 1.
5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be 7 to like 3.
Bristol's got
Please
a
go
mind
up.
of his own.
He would need to go up for the Krugs after this. Even though it's risky because Karthus is so fast. And
Yeah, there are 12
Yeah, but
jungle
you
camps
have
on the map.
priority in the top lane, so you actually probably could get up there.
Yeah, because it didn't count 12.
Yeah,
Well, you gotta-
7 plus 3 is 10.
What about Scuttlecraft?
Well, it's a 14, but still not 10.
Yeah, I was just counting like I
It's
wasn't
not
counting
as
the
bad
red
as
circle.
Freak yesterday. It
That's
was like
true, that
6
was
plus
rough.
5 equals 15.
I can't believe that happened.
But
Wait, when did that happen?
in a cast yesterday.
What was he mathing?
I forget.
What was the analogy?
I don't even know because we all got stuck on 6 plus 5 equals 15. So Sejuani only successfully took the red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she took a little
Oh,
bit of
took some raptors.
took 5
raptors.
raptors.
Yeah, but
okay.
but I don't think the Karthus can push him out of his own blue side jungle. So
I mean,
Right, Aatrox has a priority in the top lane at the moment, so.
yeah, if Aatrox didn't have priority, it would be trouble. He could
Yeah.
just take the scuttle, but fine.
update.
It starts not to that.
The fan side said my portfolio was Iron 4.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's an accurate sum.
Dude, that's
If I get
better than
above
Iron 5.
4,000, it's a Braun account.
You
Better than
bumped to
Iron
bronze
5.
4. I'll give you
Thank
that.
you.
What was Rick Fox's solo queue at? Iron like 3?
Iron, well, 3 to 2. He kind of fluctuates. I don't know what the most recent check-in on that has been.
Okay, is it because he's dual queuing a lot?
I don't think
I think
so.
he's soloing.
Playing a lot of MF and Lucian.
Although I
Was it
heard
the-
High played with him once. and
Yeah.
He was scarred from it.
But that wasn't.
I
wasn't.
but I don't think it was because of a brick. I think it was more of him experiencing Iron for the first time.
Yeah.
It really,
It
it's called
is-
Iron because it feels like an iron cage.
It is a different world.
Have you been there?
No, but I only hear myths about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the legends are true. Pretty slow early game, but I think that's pretty much expected here when you've got two ranged ADCs in the mid lane who don't want to interact and just push the lane, and a Karthus who wants to farm.
I actually think that even though FlyQuest has more carries, they're gonna get out damaged because you have to account that Yuumi's pretty high DPS for a support. Aatrox is nutty and AoE.
Yeah.
Sejuani actually hurts.
Especially squishies, right?
And
Like she can do
Corki
that.
is arguably the highest damage mid laner right now.
Get him.
Only if you buy a wrap.
Oh, we got
Oh,
the
yeah.
we got the auto.
Yeah, now he's got to get the Q. He's going to get
And
the
who said Karthus couldn't gank?
Oh, baby.
Oh, sick hook.
Excuse
First blood.
me? First blood. Come on now,
Who
Crumbs.
said that? Who said
That was Nautilus engage, Karthus
Yeah.
follow-up.
Listen, that's early game. That's
All
fine.
going through the
That's
game
All
plan.
good. All good.
That's early game. We get some more Dark Harvest
Yeah.
stack.
Yep.
He's pressing R.
And we're just
killing
gonna
it.
press
start
R
early.
And then
Nice.
mid game.
Hey, I think we're going to see more jungle Karthus.
So you know, I don't.
general.
But you know, I
Why?
think it's kind of. MikeYeung has never been the aggressive invader. I'm gonna kill you, especially in the LCS jungling. And
Isn't that exactly what he was when he first joined?
now
Nidalee
I'm
and
talking
like,
about
now,
his
nowadays. Okay.
current timing on Echo Fox. And so, if you're gonna be up against this Echo Fox lineup, you can get away with Karthus knowing that you're not gonna get invaded. And I think the real example of it was his hesitation in even going for the red buff, thinking like, oh, it's too dangerous.
Well,
That's true.
that plus his kills and assists at 15 were super low. I mean, I think he's at like 3 or 4 total. So like, you're not really gonna get punished by a more proactive jungler. Then that's usually what your concern is when you pick a Karthus. Is all your soul laners kind of on their own.
Santorin making an appearance mid lane to help Trist push.
I really
Get that
got a
back
feel
in.
for Mike though, because he was doing so well in the academy team in TLA, and now that team dropped out of the academy playoffs, unable to find the footing without Orange, and now Echo Fox is kind of struggling. So, you know, he made the sacrifice of leaving something good to make it into the LCS, but unable to find success there.
So the Karthus jungle.
Karthus jungle.
I wish he's got to get those raptors.
No!
Actually,
I'm burning down!
Yeah, Mike actually has done a really good job to stay
Even
relevant.
farm?
The fact that he got both raptor camps basically salvaged whatever happened early. And then
helps
this
that-
scuttle actually puts him ahead.
It helps that he went Bambi City, so it does help him farm a little.
Well, and funnily enough, that gank gave him time to farm back into it, right? Like,
So this first dragon is a matter of time, though.
Yeah, I think Karthus was actually, there was something with him that had him disabled in LCK for like a whole patch. And it got turned back on recently. I think the presence is actually like reasonably high.
starting to bump up.
Yeah, in LCK and LPL, and he started channeling.
So
It was like, he's
why,
off
why
right away.
is because of the new, like the current lane matchups or
So-
what?
I think,
Yeah.
for me, I think one of the big things is that people fight a lot more, and so it's easier to pick up those Dark Harvest stacks, which are pretty important, I think, for Karthus. And it's not like Karthus is actually weak at fighting early. I think that's something people think
He's
about
very
him.
strong.
He's super strong. It's just he doesn't have any setup. So you can't do a normal gank, but if people are fighting in the lanes already, you just show up as Karthus and start throwing Qs out. It's not bad.
Yeah, and in a lot of situations, he farms so quickly that he gets to a point where you can't fight him, right? So like maybe at equal level, you would lose to him, but if he actually does, if you don't do something like Mike tried to do in this game where he's invading red and trying to do raptors, and you're just trying to cycle your jungler from top to bottom, Karthus is immediately going to get ahead of you. So
This is another huge advantage for Karthus.
yeah, so just by being in the game, he's forcing the other jungler to change his playstyle, and then also like just it's a good scaling jungler.
Phoenix gonna find him?
Please face check. Please check this. You can't let me.
Nah.
Sed's on his way over.
The fact
they
that
warded
Triss
over.
They did
drove
check it, but I don't think they have
makes it
enough time.
obvious. With Triss roaming
Yeah,
down,
they're good.
she gave up the wave. That was obvious that the dragon was being snuck at that time. So they needed to read the fact that Triss chose not to push and going for that.
Yeah, I mean, just unfortunately, jungle's on the other side of the map, right? And couldn't get there in time.
I mean,
to
I think
really
at that point you
contest.
sack the red buff. You're never gonna outpace Karthus.
Right.
You-
But your bot
Yeah.
lane's pushed in too. How are they gonna contest?
But you think that I think MikeYeung was expecting them to have swapped buffs again, so he thought the Karthus was going to be on his red,
Oh,
not
on
on the
his-
dragon.
Gotcha.
So now MikeYeung gets his second red of the cycle, but you lost the Infernal for it.
That's weird to me though, because he's pretty good in solo queue, Mike, and so Karthus soloing Dragon is the most solo queue move of all time.
Yeah.
You should know.
Santorin's better in solo
Right.
queue. Number
Yeah.
one, Crumbs.
It's true.
No
Right?
one solos.
He's
Dragon
playing this like solo queue.
Santorin.
He's playing it like the solo queue, right? Just complete farm, solo objectives. I don't need the team. I don't need pressure. Let me just do my thing.
Yeah. Some people say he's only number one because he duo queues with Viper. Guess who's on his team? Viper. He's unstoppable.
All right, so who do you like post 25 minutes?
Oh, 100% plus.
Is that
Not even close.
that team agnostic?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking more comp-wise.
Okay.
Team agnostic.
I do like Foxes. I think it has like a real front line, double marksman still, but a lot of setup and chase down.
Let's do a thought experiment then.
okay. Are you saying,
Fox's
like, what-
comp, blue side is TL, red side is CLG. Which comp do you like more now?
What's CL?
Yeah.
You just
Right.
you just gave me the number one team with the better team comp.
And you
Okay,
also
fine.
gave him a bunch of tools.
Right.
Give
That's what
another
I'm
one.
saying, right? They have a bunch of
Right.
tools.
So instead
That's-
say TL piloting FlyQuest draft, right? And then instead
CLG.
you leave.
All right.
No, you leave like Echo Fox on blue side.
Right.
Who do you think?
No. What about CLG blue side? TL is red. Which one do you like now? I would still side with the CLG on this side. I don't
Well, I
think
think
TL
you're
would be
picking
able
too
to
close.
get out
You're
of it.
picking a very solid team.
Number one,
Pilot a
number two
very
team.
solid team comp.
I
So
don't-
I'm going to pick
well,
that.
it's like
That's
how-
my argument. So my argument is that I don't think it's a solid team comp. I really don't think this
right,
actually
that's fair.
works well because you don't have a way to reliably engage.
Yeah, so like
Red side comp.
let's
Yeah,
do
red
numbers.
side.
So like
Okay.
what's the advantage? Like, is it a 60-40 draft in favor of Echo Fox? They should, just buy draft win this game 60% of the time. Or
Right.
something?
65-35.
All right. So you need a team matchup that's
That would be
65 to be able to,
to
make it
sway
even.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how.
That actually might be how. That makes this kind of close.
That's true.
Echo Fox
yeah,
at
depends on
35?
how much better do you consider FlyQuest to be than Echo Fox's roster, right?
I would say quite a bit.
At least
still.
2 games.
Let's just keep.
Oddly specific.
No, I don't like specifics. Let's just keep doing random numbers that are totally, arbitrary.
I think it's interesting. Like in this case, I would think the Fox comp is favored because I'm having a hard time seeing which lanes for FlyQuest would be better. But I do like looking at the pro game right now because even by team in this region or even by region, like what makes a good team comp is different for different teams.
Yeah.
We
Very
have some teams that are just drafting to win every lane. We're having some teams that are drafting for split push or flanking, and we have some teams that are drafting
Right.
for team fighting and tools. And like traditionally, Echo Fox's team comp is number one right here because they have double frontline, double DPS, and a good support.
And do you remember that heartbreaking game where they lost that Fenix it was against Cloud9? That Fenix almost hard carried having Yuumi as his support, being Corki in the mid lane too, right? So they've already executed this one pretty darn well, and like that's what I would look for in these comps. Like what are the synergies that allow you to transition through every step of the game? So you have wave clear in multiple lanes, you've got Yuumi with Corki that we've seen them do well, Yuumi with the Aatrox, Sejuani obviously an amazing pick, and then you've got Apollo bottom lane that, I'm not expecting much out of the Lucian, but it's always going to be a relevant threat because it packs a lot of damage.
Lucian Yuumi is pretty strong. We saw Sven and Smoothie pull that one off pretty well earlier in the year. I think the other thing about FlyQuest comp, the split push with Akali, Karthus, and Kaisa, you have the ability to collapse on a side lane pretty
So I
quickly.
actually think
Ayo.
that is actually a disadvantage because if Akali split pushes, how do you defend the 4-man, the dive on mid lane? You don't have a way to defend a Sejuani flying into your face with Aatrox and Corki Lucian.
I mean, you just have to have a tempo advantage by getting ahead in the early game.
Right.
Which you
But-
theoretically maybe should with a Karthus.
Imagine you give up a tower and then
Karthus can't
Sejuani is
too,
right
though.
there, just bam, goes into mid lane, drops an ult, not a single member has cleanse. You're just gonna get blown up.
Almost had some action.
Okay, well, you know who's here for the Drake. Karthus. Get him, Pobelter.
He's got Karthus, so don't forget about
Very
it.
close trade there in the mid lane.
Yeah, true. Karthus ult's that like X factor that makes him go back. He has TP though, so.
I think
Got
if he
double
had
corrupting
Chain,
pots
he
here. He's
would
gonna
do that.
stay.
Oh, she's on Corki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, never mind.
But
There's Ignite.
No Karthus on his side. Yeah, there's still Ignite, and I wonder with the Ignite if they would have just done that plus Karthus ult to get the kill.
Oh,
Right, use the ult as well.
you got red buff. I don't think
Because
Viper
press
wants
the
it.
attack would actually make Karthus' ultimate do more damage. all sources.
Yeah.
Well, there goes the Aatrox ultimate.
Yeah, I'm surprised he popped that. Whoa!
Let's go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, there's that trigger pull you're
That's what I'm
talking about
telling you,
there,
dude. Like,
Crumbs.
it's just way too hard. This is the tank. Look at this
Boom.
tank. Oh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Fair enough.
High tempo lane game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very slick
Ooh,
double
this is
kill.
actually pretty big for them.
Yeah, with a Rift Herald to follow.
Oh, plates are gone though.
But that means they take this turret 100% though.
Tempo was a little too slow.
You've been waiting all day for that, haven't you?
Every time.
The only
you're
reason
watching-
Mark's aiming to do this.
Yeah.
She's like, I will only do this if I
Just
can
for the tempo,
throw
Joe.
out
It's
the
too
tempo
good of a meme,
It really
and you're
is.
too professional during a cast to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
you're-
legitimately every person behind the scenes, when they're like pro players, casters,
Tempo.
fans, everyone is just saying tempo non-stop in these
So
games.
fun.
It is actually so
Yeah,
fun.
It's very fun.
It's not even meant to be insulting either. It's just
Yeah.
hilarious. Like,
Some more action
Word.
though around the ocean,
Oh!
Craig.
Oh man.
Oh boy,
body
Echo
block
Fox.
by Viper.
Yeah. He wants more, man.
All right, second
Going.
Drake
Wait, there-
picked
there
up
are three people
FlyQuest.
there.
Oh,
Like two.
Pobelter going in.
It's a nice leash.
All right. One kill picked up, and the Drake off the back end, so not a terrible trade back.
I have a feeling neither of these teams will end the game quickly, so these Drakes will be important in this game.
Good call.
What makes you say that, Mark?
Hunch. Just call it a hunch.
Solo's got a nice lead already. He's been good at closing out games with the gangplank, but
He had.
Oh, yeah, true.
they subbed him into some academy games, and it was a mixed bag of results.
That's one of the thing, like when you put a player into academy
Who
from
doesn't
the LCS,
seem like they want to be there?
who doesn't want to be there, they usually don't have good performances. And it's a little weird to be like, look, they're struggling even in the academy.
Right.
I just think it's weird to not want to play academy. It's really fun. Like, it's actually a very enjoyable league when you consider that.
Viper
Yeah.
getting the beat down from the
That's-
Lucian, Yuumi in the top.
What a
Ouch.
surprise.
Yeah, stuff like that is actually, I mean, to me, why Yuumi is so prioritized in pro is if you're on the same screen as Yuumi and you don't have your team there, you can die.
Well, the sum advantage is brutal, right? You have heals, you have exhaust, and you have teleport that gets both of you back to lane constantly. So the pressure is relentless, and then when you have to transition into out-roaming you around the map, she's always going to be faster than the Nautilus. You always get a man advantage.
Well, to your point, Jad, if you're on the same
Yeah.
screen, the chase potential
Yeah,
for
I
Yuumi
don't-
is just so absurd.
The pick potential of Yuumi is actually, in some situations, higher than any other support can do, because like, even at Tom Kench, the tell on the ult is so much you can pick a direction. Like, if Yuumi just sees you, lands a Q on you, starts ulting,
Right, speed Q, oh.
Yeah.
and you don't actually get to dodge the Q in most cases.
Look at that, this is what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. The 4 men into the tower dive. It's not going to happen here, but soon.
You're waiting for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
waiting for that dive.
They also have a
They're
3K
using
gold
their
lead
tools.
now.
I was going to say, Echo Fox is on no clock, right? But based on what we've talked about so far, Echo Fox is happy to kind of let this game linger, be happy in their gold lead, keep accruing the items, pull the trigger late when there's less margin for
Oh,
error.
no, not again.
Or more margin. for
You're
error.
never sad when you have a Corki on your team, let alone a Yuumi.
Yeah.
Ooh, doesn't the Yuumi Q reveal?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it's only control words now. Wait, shouldn't you know? You did that patch. What?
Yeah.
I didn't touch Yuumi in that patch. I don't remember. Someone will tell us.
Also,
So, yeah, right? We're just all
has
waiting on
Santorin
I got
Twitch
start?
chat, I'll let
Has
you know.
Santorin
Yeah, yeah,
press
Twitch
start?
chat will probably.
Because if it does reveal, then it's better against Akali, is all I was going to say.
I don't-
Oh,
Because
I
you
don't
can't
think it
hide
reveals
the
in her shroud.
Well,
might reveal in a
changed,
bush.
they changed Shroud now to be just invisible.
Just like a bush?
Legit question though. Has Santorin pressed R?
Nope. Right? I don't think it's...
Oh, no, you're, whoa.
Right?
Maybe he's waiting
So,
for level 11 R.
I mean, well, he's got a Magi already, but
They should have tried for it.
He's
when
got one-
Pobelter
yeah,
was all in the Corki.
You're right. I think that would have been because with the ignite,
they ignite,
with
they
the
might have
ult-
killed him.
Yeah.
He's got one Dark Harvest stack?
Yeah, but that was from that very
from-
early
yeah,
on
from the
gank.
first gank, yeah.
From the first gank.
So that's a no.
All right, well, he picked up the blue buff. He's gonna hit 11 with good cooldown reduction, right? So now he's got to look to use it.
You really want to be snowballing on Karthus. So you don't just want to be farming and trading farm. You want to be getting those stacks. You want to be getting the cooldown reset because you run the precision tree to get
Presence of mind.
presence of mind, 10% cooldown reduction when you get the kills.
Yep.
Keep pumping those out.
What is it?
It doesn't say anything in the law wiki that I'm looking
And Twitch chat didn't actually give us an answer. They just
Come on, we
they just
ask you for one thing.
memed the whole thing.
Just memery everywhere you look.
Well, we did release a bunch of them today.
We did release a bunch of them.
I can't blame
I've
them.
appreciated the usage we've seen so far.
I could edit the law wiki now to say that it does.
You're just gonna spread misinformation.
I did that a couple times. I got my.
I should definitely check.
I wasn't always the nicest student in the world. I got my high school's IP banned from editing.
Oh, do you
Wikipedia.
actually do false edits on Wikipedia?
Yeah, I got the IP ban.
With
Can
my
you
that
still
kid,
do that
Mark
now, or
Zimmerman.
is Wikipedia big enough that you need to be like a verified editor?
I don't know. I don't know. This was back in the early days.
All right, Siege on the mid turret for Echo Fox. It is very clear that FlyQuest doesn't have many
Wow.
options. There's
Look
the
at
game
beautiful
from the
Nautilus. Let's see the tank. Let's see the tank Nautilus. Tank Nautilus, guys. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Ugh.
Sorry for coughing.
Akali wasn't
Got my
there.
water.
Trist wasn't there. Was off to the side. Just no follow-up on it. No real way to get in, I guess, too. But really starting to see the difficulty of
Look
the
at
composition.
this. Yeah. Right.
So
Look
much
at the
poke
poke.
too. Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is a doo-doo comp from Fly.
Not great. Especially.
I'm just gonna. Listen, I'm gonna try to continue to hammer it in and see how far you guys are willing to go in coming with me
thing
in
is-
accepting how bad it is.
No one's contesting it.
I don't know.
I'm just saying FlyQuest comp could win. Right. Not
Yeah.
unwinnable.
And when G2 picks Garen, they could win as well. It is possible.
Yeah. Half the fun is theorizing how before you're inevitably proven wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Let us live in our dream world for a little bit longer, Crumb, before you bring us back down to earth.
They do have 2 Drakes.
Yep, but the second ocean goes over to Fox. Infernal to follow that, so we'll see if the teams decide to fight for it. But the lead continues to grow, I think, in favor of Echo Fox, as well as the control over the map now that the mid turret's down.
Santorin's Magi's is like the first page of SpongeBob writing his novel, right? It's like the just
A really, really elaborate T.
yeah, just
Sorry, yeah.
constantly the page 1. 20 minutes in nothing.
Oh no.
If we were Whittier, there'd definitely be some kind of joke about like finishing Game of Thrones or him getting a stack on Magi's first. What happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess the whole idea of the Soul Stealer is like you're writing in the names of the people you've taken down, and that makes the book more powerful. So
Oh, is that
Well,
the lore behind the item?
I just made that up, but it would make sense.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's canon. We're gonna
But
make
it's like
that
Death
canon
Note,
right
But
now.
like he has just like literally one name, just killed the bot lane early game.
You know, the only
He bought the book.
He only wrote Apollo's name, the nicest guy in the
Exactly.
LCS. He's like, gotta kill that.
That was
guy.
in the Dark Seal, so that was like his notebook, and then he just bought this really nice, expensive carrying case.
You also never actually
Yeah, but it's got no stacks, right?
You never upgrade Dark Seal to Magi's without a stack.
Oh, he
on
didn't
it.
even have the. He didn't have
Yeah.
Dark
Yeah.
Seal,
No,
did
he
he?
didn't
No, he
have
had
that.
it. He had Dark Seal.
No,
and
he
then
couldn't
upgraded.
have, because otherwise he'd have the.
That's what I'm saying. He upgraded without stacks.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
he
my
just
problem.
Full bought.
yeah.
Didn't even start with the Dark Seal. Yeah.
So he'd sink like 1,200 gold into that.
Never
Hey,
mind,
it's
it
like
is
buying a
completely
diary because you like the idea of it, but you never write in it.
Yeah.
Okay, which of those jokes is the best?
I don't know. Can we get a Twitter poll? Can we? I know graphics team is probably.
They are probably all taking a break. They don't want to listen to this.
Say, graphics
Are
team,
you
can I
kidding
get
me?
Can I get an on-screen element of a Twitter
They
poll?
heard the four of us were gonna get 30 minutes on air, uninterrupted, and they're like, just
Very
tear
high
down.
quality
Yeah.
games coming up.
Is there anyone? Is there
Pack
anyone
it up.
overseeing this? Is there any oversight?
Is there any? I don't even see anyone in the room. Oh,
We
No,
got
it's
Joey.
here.
Joey's walking.
Yeah.
around.
Right, Joey's keeping his eyes on us.
Can we get Scott in to get some?
where's
He
Scott?
played a lot of Aatrox top.
He said he was the Aatrox expert.
Say it's the Hex Drinker Rush that really won this matchup for him.
Classic.
he never even suffered one Karthus ultimate.
No, because of the Hex Drinker. Why even try?
You're looking away from your mic, Crumb.
Ah, yeah.
I'm just gonna call you out
Thank you.
directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm,
Our audio guy Joey came over.
I'm ignorant of my head to mic relationship.
All right. So, all right, let's give me the winning play for FlyQuest.
Hey, there is none.
Come on.
It's in the Karthus book.
It is in the Karthus book. We just gotta find the page.
He's got to write the
Just
story.
gotta write
and
the
he'll
story
win.
first.
Right.
It's
Okay,
more
then
of
we
a
can
what's
read
the
it.
losing play for Fox.
All right.
Okay.
A Baron.
2 Barons.
Because I think it
Baron.
has to
Two
start with an
Barons.
Echo Fox mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're 1-3-1ing. So it's when you kill Fenix or Solo, right? You go into a side lane, you like Trist ult or something or a Akali stun, get Kaisa in there and fly in. And then here's how it gets worse. They teleport in to try and save him.
And
then it's just like a cascading
Right.
effect. Yumi's there too, and then 3 people are dead.
And they stand on Karthus the entire time.
Yeah, there's also the like funnel into the pit as you try and force a Baron with no vision control, and you somehow end up in Karthus.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. All works, no play makes perfect.
Also, the key here is that Santorin never ults. He just saves it. He needs it for the threat.
The threat, right?
Graphics never
The unseen requiem is the deadliest. Also, where are they getting this picture of you?
There's like a bunch of comments stars here.
You know what I'm still waiting for? That famed Crumbs picture you keep promising us.
Listen, I took time off to take that picture. I
don't believe you.
I went out of my way to really smile too. I'd never smiled that much in a picture before, which is why I was looking forward to seeing it. Maybe next week.
Like an LCS picture, or was it like? From
Yeah, it was like an updated picture, not a player thing. It was more like
Crumbs is
listen,
back,
we
suited
didn't-
up.
Yeah, we didn't like the old pictures. They're like, let's go take a new one because Deathly was coming in, so he needed pictures, so they took the time to put me in too.
Nice.
What a story.
And still no one believes me. I
feel like I was
There's
there.
no evidence.
Cool story, honestly.
Cool story.
You want to hear about the time I almost bought gum?
Almost bot gum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
never
as boring.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
as boring.
I got
I'm going to
you.
tell you there's no context around that story that's interesting enough for me to want to watch
Right.
it.
Look at FlyQuest, right? Like, what? How do they
There's
engage?
Infernal in
This
five.
is the
five
engage.
That's, I
seconds.
think this is big, right? Because double Infernal for FlyQuest would be big if they could find a way to get it.
I mean, they're here first. They could, worry less about mid priority and just hard force.
Mike's looking for an engage, looking for a
Oh,
paddle.
over the wall?
He can go.
He's not confident enough to go
As they
fly.
walk out of this brush. Oh, here we go.
There goes that.
I want to see it.
Just let Corki poke.
Wadid going
Thank
for the
God that didn't work.
Yeah.
Wouldn't FlyQuest be the team that wants to be set up
dude,
at?
Look at how easy they actually shooed them out of it.
That was so, they
Right.
gave it up.
Yeah.
They were.
Like, all right, well, you got us.
I thought FlyQuest was going to sack mid priority to just get the dragon.
I think that was the
and,
play. I think that was the play. But you could tell them to run into the Karthus and just, see how it turns out. Maybe you come away with an ace and the Infernal Drake, and new pictures are for winner.
I haven't won anything.
That's the point.
Yeah, I know. That's
Thank you for.
It kind of hits
Thank you
deep.
for
It
letting us
cuts
know.
deep.
The burn.
Yeah.
It cuts deep, guys.
You still have a chance in the prediction.
No, I
game,
don't. I actually don't.
Well, you're.
Optic helped.
Oh, because if
hurt me.
Mark predicted Fox here too, so he'll be up
Right.
like 3 games to you. If
I'll be up.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'll be up 2.
Yeah. No,
No, you're already up
which-
one going
right,
into
right,
day,
right,
then you
no,
called C9 over Optic.
So if
and
I get
now-
this one right, I need to
You
get
have a-
all 3 wrong.
So you have to just predict the three separate different teams than Mark in the tie.
So here's the thing.
And that's your only chance to tie it all
Back
up.
when the prediction pineapple started and this whole thing did with the, it was Jat and I doing it, I was in a similar position to Crumbs, and then I inted my prediction record
Right.
to try and catch up to Jat, which was impossible. So like, I would give you the advice, Crumbs, of just trying to have a better
just have a better record.
because you're not going to.
Oh, here we go. No.
But no one's
Go
keeping
for the
track,
win,
right?
Hop
No-
in.
no
Go
one's
for the
keeping
win.
track.
Oh.
Wow, look at the engage, FlyQuest.
I hope you
Wow.
guys. I hope you guys take care of that prediction pineapple. I spent my own money on that.
How much?
It's true.
Did you get it from? Oh, look.
Jat and I went and picked that pineapple out
yeah.
together
From
in
the garbage.
Germany. In Germany.
Yeah.
No, we went shopping in Germany. That is
No.
an international.
Yeah,
pineapple.
MSI last year. We're going to use it for MSI.
And then we forgot. I left
so
it on
I
the
went to
desk.
the gift shop to buy a prediction pineapple, and I'm like, Dad,
Right.
you need to present this at the end of the day. It wasn't even going to go to me.
And then I
It was gonna
forgot
go to
it.
Someone else.
I didn't bring it on
yeah.
to the cooldown.
I would have
for-
legitimately tried harder if it was a real pineapple. That I could do something with it.
Then it would
dude,
be
I love when
gross.
I hear that.
It's 2 years old. Like,
Also
it's
that.
just
I knew one at the
rotten
end, right?
prediction pineapple.
Completely even in Drakes. 4 kills to 2 for Echo Fox, though, along with a ton of turrets. Gives them that massive goal lead. I think it feels like only a matter of time until they feel ready, feel the permission to start that Baron, and
The
ultimately
weird thing is, like,
pull it out.
3,500, 4,000 gold is not like a monstrous gold lead. 27 minutes in the game. It's just how the comps interact. It's
Right. It feels insurmountable as a result of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Crumbs, what percentage of the games does Fox win?
From
With
this
comp,
point,
From this point,
I'm gonna say 85.
85.
85.
That's
You know
it?
what? I'll give it 90.
I was gonna say I
Okay.
think it's more.
Thank you.
I think
Thank you for believing in me more than I believe in myself.
for a team that has won 3 of their 17 games, I'm going to give them lower than a 90% chance to close out a 3K goal.
The throw is just too hard. It's just too hard to throw this.
How could this team lose the game?
I'm
Matt?
saying,
Look at the confidence oozing off of these guys right now.
I love taking bets that other people are very confident on.
I also like bets that are unfalsifiable or provable
That's
wrong.
not a
because
word,
it's just
Mark.
a 10. It is a word.
Well, we need to find something that is like
Unfalsifiable.
minimally
Want
meaningful
graphics
to
show
me
up and say.
if I lose, but very meaningful to Crumbs if he loses.
That's true.
Did you guys
Okay,
do a
right?
weekly
Because,
wager
well,
this
here's the
week?
thing.
did.
If he gets it wrong,
did.
Crumbs just says that was the 10% of times I got it wrong.
Exactly.
Sure, but he thinks it's so unlikely he should be willing to
take
bet
the
something
bet.
All right, what do you-
fairly
all right,
or
let's go.
I don't know. Like I'm
Let's
trying
go.
to think of what is a 90-10 bet.
I'm
'cause
always
totally-
down with food.
I'll totally
Food
give up
is-
10.
I will gladly always put food on the line.
So like, would
All right,
you
so,
be willing?
So if he's wrong, he takes you out to a $90 dinner.
No, no,
and
no.
if you're wrong, you take him out to a $10
I
dinner.
want to be able.
My Uber ride's worth more than I don't know if that's right.
I want Crumbs to bring me either coffee or boba 9 times if FlyQuest wins this, or
That's an investment
I will bring you
of time.
coffee or boba once.
I've transcended drinking coffee now, by the way.
Okay, what
Oh,
would you
boy.
rather
We're
have?
not plugging that right now.
What beverage? Yeah, if you transcend herbal tea.
Sparkling water.
I,
Sparkling water.
okay, so I could go to the kitchen and get you a LaCroix?
Okay, yeah, let's
okay.
do that. Let's
Or you get me 9 drinks.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll take that bet.
You gotta go to like a specific boba shop that doesn't do online orders. Something.
Well, specifically, I'll be willing
Watch
to bring you
FlyQuest
something
test.
from like a
All right. This is actually a big moment here in the game because this is where FlyQuest
It's a
does
steal.
have
I'm
the
gonna get
opportunity.
9
Deal is
bobas.
the only chance.
They're gonna stay on Baron.
Ult it.
Solo's doing his best to zone him out over the pit.
Wow.
They just grabbed the kill, but Fox secures the Baron.
Okay. Shoot.
All right, that's about as well as you needed it to go.
Yeah, they kept Santorin out of the pit, which was what was important. He got 2 souls.
He hasn't pressed ultimate this game.
It's weird that
All right? It's
Has he
30
still
minutes
not?
in. Karthus has not pressed R. Why did you even pick this champion? Seriously, would have been better on Nocturne.
it is kind of weird that people have 2 souls.
You got an assist? Oh, per assist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the item probably doesn't need to count to 25 if you're going to give it in increments of 2 and 4. Like, you could probably just have it count to a different number.
It speaks to the duality of man, Mark. 2 souls.
I like multiples of 5 though. I'd have a bigger
But
issue
it
if the
doesn't
maximum was
go
24. That would just
completely
bother me.
up.
It would just bother me.
You have to die once to cleanly get to 25.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to hit it cleanly or it won't let you get there.
Yeah.
All right,
It's got a second Infernal Drake.
Tempo
Think
deep.
of how hard that.
That Karthus ult would hit, right? Woo.
second Infernal. Do they group as 5 or do they run like a 1-4?
They don't have to
I
do
think-
much.
I mean, I think you can 4-1. The Nautilus is the only form of engage, right? So as long as you don't let him find
So
a pick.
think of it like this, right? How do you even engage on Corki Yuumi alone? If you Nautilus ultimate, he Valkyries, and then Yuumi pops R, you can't even
get them.
catch him. 5 members can barely engage on
You
one.
need to build a Rylai's on Karthus to slow them. So that
Flash.
so they can't run away.
Flash E-slow.
No, you just press R.
I
and
think
the
you just
Rylai
press
is-
R at the end of the game just to do it.
Oh man, Pobelter's getting wrecked.
I just want to know how much damage.
That was
you
like
do.
all Yuumi damage too, wasn't it?
Yuumi
felt
poke
like-
is
It's like a
disgusting.
Yuumi Q and then a missile.
This
All right.
cannon
Well,
is
that
doing the
inhibitor
work
is
on the
probably
turret
dead.
at the moment.
Can't believe Fox is doing this. Not that I.
Mark's
not,
gonna
not,
get a
not
positive
with this
stock
game.
buy this
Yeah,
week.
but because of
Oh,
that,
yeah.
right?
Can we start prepping a post-game graphic of
No.
stock? Okay.
Keep going.
No, I think that's the right answer, though. No.
Yeah, we're gonna preview the playoff matchups after this game.
Yeah, we actually have a ton of really big
Yeah.
matchups coming up after
Yeah.
this. This is a nice little reprieve, but then tons of playoff implicating matchups. The fight for a bye and the fight for the final spot. I think that's about as high impact or high stakes match of tiebreakers you could ask for at the end of a split. Is the final spot in playoffs and one of the byes.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh no. Okay. He's in.
Oh, there it is.
Not a
See, but
good
the
time.
Yuumi, there it is, just on
Wow,
going out,
the
right?
tank. Look at all the space they're creating for their carries. They have to just retreat. There's so much space.
You know how they have hype men, Crumbs?
Yes.
You just be the hype man.
Yeah. You know, that actually was something my team told me. Not because I would usually be able to be very motivating outside of the game, but when we're in the game in the down situation,
bring everyone down.
No, it wasn't even because of the things I was saying. They were
voice too
saying
deep?
your voice is too deep. Like you're not bringing me up. Like I know what you're saying is trying to like get us in the, but like you have to be not trying
Crumbs,
to do that.
I want you to pretend you're on Echo Fox as the game is ending and like congratulating them, and we'll see how hype you get us.
I mean, he has a cold right now as well.
He does have a cold
He's
at
like
the moment.
physically incapable of
I
using
was
the high
actually, no, see, I started the day fine, and it was only after the first game that I actually became physically ill.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
so glad
Wow.
I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah.
No, it really was that matchup because
Two
they
inhibs
heard
down.
me at the start.
Come on, Santorin.
One left to get through. Let's see if MikeYeung decides to pull the trigger.
You know what?
Or if FlyQuest will just kind of let them walk.
They can just keep poking.
Santorin is just trying to get max damage on his ult. And he brought Last Stand, so he will get the 12% damage amp if he's dead. And he hasn't died yet, that's why he has an ult.
The problem is he's too good at not dying.
Yes, he's very good at KDA.
Now, I realize it is near impossible for FlyQuest
Right.
to pull the trigger, but this is exactly one of those situations that I hate, where
Oh, yeah.
you let all three inhibs go down before
You
you
didn't do
even
anything.
force them.
James, this is
Let's
your
go.
chance to be the color.
Here it comes.
Play-by-play, James.
The
Play-by-play.
first-
The first play-by-play moment.
Yeah,
of
it's
the-
here.
It's
Get
here.
the soul.
The first Karthus.
Here it comes!
He's gonna heal Phoenix.
Ew.
Hey! Picks up the
Actually,
kill.
Hold on.
They're
It's
actually not
fed.
gonna be able
Wait,
to end.
they just
fed.
They're gonna die.
Fight.
Santorin just got like, is he?
Wait a second.
16 stacks!
He's got 16?
Yes! What? 9 Bulbas.
Wow.
He
Ace!
He needed that AP2 to fight off the double super creep.
I
coming
take it
in
back.
the face.
Everything I just said about them waiting till the last moment, apparently that was the right call. They pick up the ace in the base, but they're
Yeah.
going to have to extend this game.
How
Yeah,
foolish
they really
were we
waited
now?
until the very end.
Yeah, you said there's no way they could get a team fight. They showed you.
They showed me.
Yeah.
Look at this engagement.
How many turret shots do they actually end up taking? Do they take any?
No, it's not really in the turret.
A few, but
Or-
not many.
Solo's kind
No,
of.
actually, for the most part, very few.
Yeah, Viper does a
You're
good
right.
job chunking everyone in the back line
Yeah.
pretty low, so the Karthus ult does a lot.
Yeah. That's what you need. The Akali as a threat to the back line.
I like that Apologist says, you know what? If they're dying, I'm dying too.
Yumi's like, I didn't want to do that.
So it's, you know,
Wait,
small win for FlyQuest, but with double
what are the
supers
MR
and a
items?
complete lack of
So,
map
hang
control.
on, this
I
is
mean-
a Void Stuff Karthus against...
The thing is now, he's so strong.
There's a
There's a
Negatron and
mod.
Threads there. There's a mod. There's
Yeah,
plenty
okay,
of magic
okay.
resist.
It was kind
That's
of
a fair
far.
buy.
There's a couple
Yeah,
mods.
it is.
The problem here is Fox can just go for Elder. And
That's the thing, right?
FlyQuest can't get out of their base because the inhibs aren't coming back for a minute and a half.
So Elder comes up, Baron's about to spawn as well. They grab both of those and they just waltz it back in.
Oh no, yeah, that's actually. I mean, Echo Fox is gonna pick up a win. That's actually, as far as the last game of the year for them, that's pretty good. Plus,
Oh, absolutely.
They're not going to play for, what, 5 more months?
Posted until January, right?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Better bask in the glory of this one for a while.
Easy rotation over to the Baron.
I can't wait to take my 1 free Jat drink.
I'm very willing to do that over. It was a worthy bet for me.
Yeah, playing the odds.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. You're aided by the Elder and the Baron with double supers in every single lane.
You never know.
I mean, we thought it was over a moment ago, and then FlyQuest came away with the fight, so
Karthus Ultimate is up again.
never say die,
Yeah.
my friend.
Santorin is winning the Soul War. Compare his Soul Stealer
I was about to say the same thing.
Hakuho's.
That's
yeah.
actually very true.
That sounds really fun, though. Soul Wars, right?
That's why you need to build that item all the time. Initiate the Soul War.
It's like an
All right.
anime I'd actually...
All right, what's the fight look like? Here goes.
Oh, right.
On the
Solo.
Aatrox. Yanking him in.
Ouch.
Good damage. Oh my goodness.
Nautilus
The eighth,
down.
the Nautilus. was
Okay,
top,
Apollo.
though.
Here comes
Where's the ult?
Karthus.
Where's the card?
He's backing up for it.
Give it to me. There it is.
They're going in.
Yuumi?
Big. Oh, double kill.
Wait.
Wait, is this happening?
It's not going to be that good.
Is this actually happening right now?
Oh, for a second I thought he killed Yuumi too. I'm like, how did Yuumi not just hop in? So
Well,
They
he
just-
popped a GA on the Corki as well.
Yeah, and they
Watch,
just
yeah.
defended the base.
Oh,
In Hibok, they
actually-
just removed a couple Elders and Barons.
You know
That
what
was
that-
slows
you know
the
what
game
that
back
Corki
down.
needs?
Why would you go GA
Rapid
on Corki?
fire cannon.
Why would
That
you
Corki
do
needs rapid fire
Why,
cannon.
why? You don't need a GA on Corki.
And then
Well, not, especially not
Yeah.
now.
Uh-oh.
That could be it.
Oh, nice
Yuumi
buster
pick.
shot.
Is he gonna burn down?
It's okay.
Oh, that was close.
The problem is they're cycling their inhib, so even though they're defending, they're
But
gonna
the Elder's gonna be gone in 30
Funneling
seconds.
farm, baby. Funneling farm.
Yeah, but they have Baron, like,
You want that Karthus at 6 items? That's how he gets there.
They're going in.
Yumi's gonna die.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna get rooted.
All right, you
Where's
push him. You
Karthus
save
ult?
one inhib, actually. That's pretty big, saving an inhib.
Yeah, it's not close.
Yeah, 24 stacks
How do
though.
you not end on that? Jesus.
I mean, it was perhaps a
There's
little
literally
impatient.
only one member on FlyQuest that can engage. All they had to do is just not get in his range. You just poke first. Poke with Corki Yuumi. You've done it a million times. You have Elder and Baron.
Yeah, but I think just that's where you see like the
the
confidence of the
placement.
control you have over the game, right? Is like I feel like I should be able to do anything.
Well, this
I
is
feel like
also-
I have permission to do anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Goldie's actually not that big.
No, not
and
anymore,
and it's
for
one of
sure.
those things where like once you start making 2 of these plays in the enemy base, you really get in your own head.
It's the item, right?
Yeah.
At this point, the itemization is practically the same.
Right. So like, you don't have turrets behind you. They have a fountain they can run to and top back up. Like fights are actually at a gold this close difficult.
And there's a point, like you get to a point in the game where, yes, again, FlyQuest, like team fighting tools aren't necessarily amazing, but there is so much damage on their side of the team that, like, at a certain point, you don't need CC, right? Because if you're literally doing 5,000 damage in a second,
the damage of Echo Fox outranges them. They really just need to poke.
Yeah, all right, 40
but
seconds left on this
With
Baron.
the fountain right there, the poke doesn't stick as much as
I mean, look at that. You telling me that doesn't
the
stick?
double infernal too gives them a little bit of that
Nautilus.
DPS boost. This game got interesting all of a sudden, I think.
Well, I've been interested in this whole time, Dash. I have,
Your true colors are coming out.
I've been.
All right, they let the inhib drop. Still want to
Okay.
defend on the top side. They're gonna let this Baron drop.
Oh! What
What is happening?
No!
Phoenix is
No,
live.
that's-
No, he lives
Yeah.
with the heal.
Yeah.
That's.
Oh! Wild Turtle
Get in
going
there,
in.
Viper.
Oh, Viper.
Please.
Viper gets the kill. Can he get it?
Oh!
Almost. Chases them through the back line.
There's a
but
big Karthus running after
Actually,
him,
that
though.
Karthus zoning
No,
them
no,
out.
they're just
They
gonna.
got to go back to the base.
This is fascinating.
Okay, well they can reset. It's 4v3, and Yuumi could sustain him. If they
Remember
want
what
to
I
push it.
said? Those double infernals would matter because I doubt this game ends quickly.
Exactly.
You gotta remember that's a 25 stack double infernal Karthus who's gonna get. Oh, he's not going death cap. He's actually going Zanya's.
Well, why not?
Do you
this
think
is the reset.
he'll sell something for death?
Why don't they
Kills,
just
right?
get the inhibitor?
Eventually?
Because they can just win.
They're gonna
No,
try and
they're
just
gonna
You
get
know,
the inhibitor. That's
I would
just-
have thought
okay,
so
okay,
too,
okay.
Jat, but it's been about 40-something minutes, and I'm not convinced that's the case.
Yeah. So
All right, 3 inhibs down again.
Again.
They should go now before Karthus all comes back.
They
up.
Well,
don't-
they can get Elder too, right? So unless FlyQuest gets out of the base,
But
they
if
can
you get
test Elder.
Elder, then the Karthus ult's back up.
Elder 2
No, yeah,
lasts
but
like
Elder
5
2's
minutes.
so good.
I know.
Yeah.
This is the
I know
smart,
I'm the one.
slow
Like
play.
anything can still happen.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is molasses play. Molasses on a cold day.
Big brain molasses though.
Where's that saying from? Like slower than molasses in January. Like that's.
Oh, I didn't even know that was the
Yeah,
saying.
That is a
that's
saying.
a saying. Yeah.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Then I just blind guessed the old saying.
Yes, you did.
How long? How much longer? Fox.
I mean, I have to believe they're gonna cycle again, right? They're gonna go
yeah, 44
Elder to Baron, so you gotta wait that whole minute. And then they're gonna try and push back down. They'll take mid inhib, which is the next
Well,
one to
I actually think that
What is mid inhib timer? It's actually
1 minute remaining.
yeah.
So that stops the double supers from coming in.
Yeah. So the Baron.
They'll Elder 2 because that's 5 minutes. Then they'll probably Baron. Then they'll probably walk up for mid.
You're right.
Exactly. Then they'll just siege
Yeah.
mid inhib slash.
And then they have about a minute until the next one's up. So they'll get them two waves.
couple waves. Yeah.
maybe they're waiting for FlyQuest to just tap out. They're like, you know what? we need to go.
FlyQuest?
We've got.
No, like Mark said, if I'm FlyQuest right now, this is the most confident I'm feeling so far in the game because of that mentality that Echo Fox is starting to throw around in their heads. Like, we've now been in their base twice, we've cycled their inhibs twice, like we've had the tools and we haven't been able to end it, and you know that there's a little bit of those thoughts kind of circling in the head.
This Elder
I actually
lasts
think
a long.
Santorin would be able to just pop off if he went death cap instead here.
That's what I was surprised. He's going
Leandris?
flat 10.
Yeah, 25 stacks.
Well, it's not
right?
even. That's not even.
I mean,
pen.
still not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Press ult right away.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
damage amp over
ulting
time,
at the
but-
end of the fight, so he will have the damage
That's
ult
true,
from
yeah.
it, or amp from it. But I would still think with how much AP you have from the 25 stacks.
Yeah.
But
And
he's
the
probably,
ammo.
you know what he's thinking? He's not going to get to death.
He never
cap.
afforded the death cap. Yeah. So this is the most power he can have.
I think, if you're getting to death cap, you're like selling an item once you've hit 6 to then
Yeah,
replace it
you
with
need
death
power
cap.
to defend this next push, and death cap won't be there.
It's
by
the
that
long
time.
play. This is the
Yeah.
long
Come on,
play.
FlyQuest. You got this.
Why are we all FlyQuest fans all of a sudden? I
Because
think just because it's an
Crumbs-
epic comeback,
I
right?
get why he
Crumbs-
wants.
Because
Yeah.
Crumbs was so confident.
Yes.
My stock portfolio is so bad that I'd rather Crumbs go Jat 9 drinks than me make some money.
Oh, that's
Opening
really.
up.
Oh boy,
Whoa.
that's huge.
Oh, they went for it, but
Okay.
double Elder plus a Baron. Oh, well, Viper does pick up the kill on the
Yeah,
back
it's
end.
more
but it
Torin's
is
gonna try and
not
die
gonna
still
be
alive.
enough.
Karthus still alive.
Santorin.
Still, you see a lot of damage coming out, but that's a GG right there with the clean ace. Not clean, I guess. They did drop one kill for Echo Fox, but they'll push it through to end their season on a victory. 4 of them, 4-14, while FlyQuest sits at 5 wins. Again, their eyes are on the gauntlet, and so may not be a season over just yet for them.
And they learned something through this game. Don't draft this again in Gauntlet.
Yeah, literally never do this again.
That was close.
Well, so here, let me ask you this. Is your problem with the Karthus or everything they drafted around the Karthus?
Everything.
I
had an issue with
I
all
think
of
the
it.
Karthus is fine. I think just don't pick Karthus without CC
Without a little
other
bit
than a
more
Nautilus
to go with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's other stuff you can pick that can at least assist in engages if you're gonna
Exactly. That's all. I just want to distill what
I
exactly
like
FlyQuest is
Kaisa. I
taking
feel like
away with
Nautilus
this.
Kaisa is fine. It's just you want to have another body.
Yeah, I almost wish, though, that, like, Karthus feels like a Band-Aid to a larger problem, which is, like, their inactivity in the early game. And their most recent win was one where Santorin did that, like, red buff.
The Sejuani straight to bot lane,
and, like, that was the most recent game they won. So I think it's probably harder, but more correct to try and fix your actual playstyle problems than find a champion that might Band-Aid, because then you just get banned once in Gauntlet, and then it's dead. So what was the point of learning that one champion?
I mean, it's in your playbook, but I wonder what would have happened if you had pulled out, like, an Aatrox or something like that.
Also, just looking at the high fives, I'm actually happy that Echo Fox is all smiles there. Like,
absolutely.
It's got to feel good to win that game, especially against a team that they know is still trying to win and still in contention, right? To go into the offseason knowing that, like, hey, we actually did start to pull something together. There's a lot of miserable games that they ended up having, so it must feel really good for them to get a win, and I want to give them congratulations.
And
the
the
season
high
on high
note is
note.
amazing.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys have been playoff players before. I think this is one of the first playoffs Fenix has missed or something like that. It actually has a pretty high rate of competing in playoffs.
Here's your look at the standings as they are right now. Of course, Team Liquid, Cloud9, Counterlogic Gaming, TSM, and Clutch Gaming are all locked for the playoffs, seeds 1 through 5. Cloud9, Counterlogic Gaming still to play to determine that second bye in the postseason. And then we've got that all-important 3-way tie for the 6th and final spot. Golden Guardians, 100 Thieves, and Optic Gaming. Here's the schedule for the next 3 games, which will be taking place shortly. We start off with Optic Gaming versus 100 Thieves. Then we go over to that bye match between Cloud9 and Counterlogic Gaming, and then the winner of that first matchup will retake the stage to fight Golden Guardians.
So I get why we have Optic against Thieves first to give the team a break when they play against Golden Guardians, but it really would have been so hype if they're just back-to-back, right?
They don't take the headset off.
I love it. Yeah, just boom, right back into Champion Select. But talking about that Optic 100 Thieves matchup, let's first take a look at it from the Optic side. This is a squad that we had considered to be a playoff team long ago and then have been somewhat surprised and disappointed to watch them be so close to missing it. They still have their shot.
They were number 1 at one point.
They started the season 4-0.
Yes.
5-0.
5?
Yeah.
I know,
They won their first match in
I
week
know
3.
Thieves started 0-5. So the turnaround from those teams to get to this point would make you think momentum. I'm just really disappointed when I watch Optic play because it feels like they have elements in almost every game that they could use to win the game. So I have a really hard time writing them off. And I actually, before the week, I actually predicted that Optic and Clutch would be the 2 teams to make playoffs. So it's a tough road.
That would be fun.
almost
That would be
right.
fun, right? Like, can we predict who the last spot is? Like, who's?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah,
Who do you
between
want,
the 3 of you.
right now?
Yeah,
No, you don't have to right now because we're actually going to have you guys blind submit your predictions for the.
Oh, he was trying to trick me.
Yeah, he was trying to get some insider info very early. He's going to call the matchups by
right, I'll say Optic. I'm not
get out
part
of
of
it.
the game.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it is very interesting because, Mark, I know that was a sentiment that you shared a week or 2 ago on the desk around Optic, which is like, look at a number of the games that they've lost that you would have considered a should have won.
I mean, can't remember the last time they got blown out either. Like,
Right.
What was like an Optic loss? You're like, oh god.
Literally 2 hours ago.
Against C9?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, okay, all right, there's that one. But like, to be,
Was it a blowout?
but again,
Oh,
to
yeah.
Mark's point, I think in a large number
yeah,
of
it was. I forgot about that game.
even when playing very, very high, high level opponents, they generally are playing them close. Citing
Yes.
the
I was
game
thinking
as
the
an
TL and the
example.
CLG game that they've most
The
recently
first
played.
TL
as well.
game was a blowout as well.
Yeah. But that's all the way back to the first round robin.
then.
But the most
Anyway,
recent ones.
Point is, Optic does always look to be in contention against top-tier teams, but never able to kind of, get over that last final hurdle and ultimately come away with the victory. For 100 Thieves, though, let's talk about their side of this matchup because, as you said, really rough start to the Summer Split. Amazing comes in, and man, have they looked different since then.
Yeah,
They're
they had
hungry.
a really high-pressure game. I got to cast them winning that clutch game they had against COG. Like, you're basically writing them off. If they lose that game, it's over. So the fact that they came together in that moment should give them a lot of confidence, but I think so much of it will actually hinge on their early game. 100 Thieves is always a team where you look at their standings and you think, man, did they really pick up that many wins? Because they don't blow people out for the most part. They stay close and they win all the games where they stay close, and then they lose all the games where they have a bad early game. So your memory of them is never as good.
I'm also really surprised that CLG gave so much to Amazing. You're giving him his best champion. He's such a catalyst for the team. I think banning him out seems to be a strategy that works well as he's a lot less consistent on picks like Skarner or whatever is below that list.
The other thing I think is really important is like overall mentality coming into a matchup like this, because I think 100 Thieves is one of the most excited teams in the tiebreakers. For Optic and Golden Guardians perspective, you had the playoff spots and you're losing them. They're fighting their way in. Amazing has always been vocal all split long about like, I didn't come here to suck and lose and not make playoffs and things like that.
Right. There's a lot of fire there.
Fake Odds Young, yeah, there's a lot of fire in 100 Thieves right now, whereas Optic and Golden Guardians don't quite look that way.
Let's talk about Cloud9 CLG. CLG did take a tough loss today to 100 Thieves. But again, they have really impressed this split in terms of their difference between spring and summer.
I think CLG can be written off a little bit in their loss today because it wasn't the usual CLG. It was the second time they ran, Sonatam Kench in the bottom lane. Stixade just did not look that great, and the draft was a little sus as well. So I think that right now, against what Cloud9 brought in their game, they're going to realize we're probably not going to be able to get away with this composition. Let's go back to what worked.
You know what? You know what their first Sonatam Kench game was?
Against
C9, and they beat them!
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
so I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I thought it looked pretty bad today as well. I think Azael brought this up in the cast room. I think a lot of times when we think about Sona lanes, we're remembering Sonateric, which is like this weak laning phase, an amazing team fight phase, where Sonatam Kench is much flatter, right? It's actually a decent laning phase and not amazing late game because they just died over and over again against the Akali.
I also have to throw this out there.
Starters?
Yes,
I was about to ask.
Spenskarin is in. That was the only sub notification I got, so I'm going to
Sneaky
assume
as
that
well.
Sneaky stays in, but they are bringing back in that MVP jungler of Spenskarin to try and drive home and grab that bye.
Blabber is sick too, though. I think Blabber has to be the most hotly contested jungler coming into next
sick
season
as in like
well.
sick good?
Yes,
Or
sick
sick as in like Crumbs
Sick as
has an illness today. Okay.
My body's trying to kill me, and I'm just like, I won't let it.
You're not
today.
that sick. Come on, you got like a runny nose.
And then Golden Guardians, or do you have another follow-up point on that? Okay, I was gonna say, well, and then the important thing to note is that Golden Guardians does play the winner of Game 1, but something that we don't talk about too often is the fact that they get to watch that game, right? And so there will be an opportunity for them to take a look at their opponents more closely in the lead up to it, but they do have a fair amount of downtime here to really nail down a game plan for, again, a team that has been slipping in the standings and is in danger of losing a spot they once thought was fairly secure.
It's a double-edged sword, being able to not play that first matchup and then just wait for your opponent. You can scout them, but on the flip side, when did they get to the studio? Maybe at 12, at 1, they are going to be sitting here for quite some time, maybe feeling out of their element, and that can come back to bite a lot of these teams.
Optic went home after their game. They came
Good
back.
call, very good call.
They live close enough. They said, let's go chill for a bit, try and come back full energy. I think
Whatever you
that's-
got to do.
Yeah.
Pre-game rituals are important. Got to stay motivated, keep that energy high.
Golden Guardians, I think it's going to be really interesting to watch them because they had an opportunity to already clinch their playoffs today. They had a win and you're in against Clutch Gaming where they lost. I think we keep talking about it, but they really just need to have synergy together. Their lanes are fine, right? They actually play quite well individually. It's just about coming together.
I think the last week, the last 2 games, their drafts have been more experimental than I think they need to be. They're valuing the Tristana red side to flex between top and mid. They put it mid in the last game. The game before that, they had like the Trist top with the Karma mid. And you always think of like, what do they usually look best on? You think control mage for Froggen, aggressive bot lane for
Not even
FBI?
aggressive. The Ezreal Braum looked really good.
Yeah, that can work too. It's like just a standard bot lane, I should say. And it feels like they might have gotten ahead of themselves with all the things you can do in the meta versus like what should we be doing.
Jat, you called Optic to be the 6th and final team in. Let's
go.
Who takes it between C9 and CLG for the bye?
C9.
C9 takes it for the bye. All right, some thoughts from us ahead of our 3 tiebreaker matches, but we are going to step away for a quick break. When we return, it's tiebreaker number 1, Optic Gaming versus 100 Thieves. See who postseason's hopes stay alive after this.